welcome.
Thank you.
Now, your company is Virtuix.
That's correct.
And you make that. What is that exactly? And is any mom in their right mind going to allow their 16-year-old to put that in the living room?
It's a good question. Well, this is the Omni, which is the first ever virtual reality platform that enables you to be truly part of the video game. It's in essence an omnidirectional treadmill that allows you to walk around and jump in 360 degrees, put your mind and body into the game. Here's why moms will love their kids to have this. It gets gamers off the couch, on their feet, and be active again.
Okay, so how does it work? And I guess, can we see a demo of this?
Absolutely. It's, it's an omnidirectional treadmill, but we eliminated all the moving parts.
Okay.
So it's a low friction surface on which the user walks with shoes that are designed to mimic a natural gait.
Can we pull that up on the screen, guys? Let's pull that up, the actual slide that shows him running on it.
We can do a demo if you want.
Okay, let's do that demo, yeah.
All right.
So wait, he's wearing Omni shoes.
He's wearing Omni shoes that come with the device. They have a low friction surface. The sole is configured that it stabilizes your feet. You're not sliding left to right. So the objective is that you can walk naturally in 360 degrees.
Now, he's locked himself into the harness there?
That is correct. Safety is important. So you have a safety harness on that provides...
Let's take a walk over here for a second. I got to see this. So this is some kind of a harness that is attached to his...
Yeah, and just to make sure, everything you see here is a prototype. This is actually a wooden prototype. This is an ugly prototype belt.
No problem.
Final product will be plastic injection molded, sleek looking, a little bit smaller. Steel endoskeleton for the strength. But you're exactly right. You're safely secured. You cannot fall. And the harness also provides support so you can use the Omni hands-free, so you can hold a gun or a controller in your hands while playing the game.
And there's a piece of metal up here, and this is resting on top of it, this harness.
That's right. This is one of the novel items of this harness is that you're not tethered to the ring. So you can fully rotate, you can jump, you're free to move. You're not attached, per se, so it gives you a freedom of movement while providing safety.
Oh, whoa, sorry.
Don't destroy it.
Yes, sorry about that. Okay, so he's in a harness, in a circle, okay, and he's going to run.
Yeah.
And shoot things. Let's see.
Let's show a demo. That will make things clearer.
And he's wearing the Oculus Rift, is that right?
That's right. We're using the Oculus Rift right now. We'll need to go to the computer input here.
Okay, we're going to switch to the computer image. So we're going to see what he sees. Okay, that's Half-Life. Everybody knows that.
That's right. We're going to show Half-Life.
Okay.
All right. Go for it. See, his mind and his body is in the video game. He's in a different place right now.
Fuck. Can he run?
Oh, you can run, jump.
Faster!
When people throw grenades at you, you tend
run
to
pretty quick, yeah.
Patch him up and get him to the back as soon as he's stable.
All right, that's the Omni.
That's it, okay, very cool. So does that make you feel motion sickness in some way? Do we have a handheld? Do you feel like motion sickness when you're doing that, or does it feel normal?
Motion sickness would come from the goggles at all. The Omni itself actually aids in motion sickness.
Okay, you're saying it aids the motion sickness. It actually makes you feel less.
Less motion sick, because right now, if you don't use the Omni, you have to sit down with your Rift on, push buttons on a keyboard or a gamepad, and that's your virtual reality experience. You'll be walking in the game, but your body won't be doing anything, so it's very confusing for your brain. With the Omni, you actually physically walk around in that virtual world as well.
So when you were just doing that, did you feel at any time like you were going to fall down maybe, or not safe? Does it take a little while for you to feel safe in the harness?
So we always say that walking on the Omni is like riding a bike, where it takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you go through our training, just a couple minutes, then you're up and running, and from there, it's just natural walking.
So maybe half an hour of practice and you are...
We say 5-10 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes, you feel like
One level of the game, and after that, you're up and running.
Got it. So how much is that going to cost, and what's the market for this? Do you see this like being in people's homes, or do you see this being in arcades or creating a new venue for people to do stuff?
Yeah, right now we're selling these for $499 on our website.
Yeah.
We've sold close to 3,000 already.
You sold 3,000 at
That's right.
$500.
That's right. And mainly to, our initial market is a gaming market.
Right.
But gaming is just scratching the surface. You can think of virtual tourism, work applications, the military is all over this,
Yeah.
Healthcare, whatever it may be.
Now, I've seen a lot of people who play Half-Life and are very good at it. So where does the cheeseburger and the Doritos and the Big Gulp go? Do you have like a cup or something?
I think it's a bit of a misconception that gamers are lazy couch potatoes. That is a conception that exists, but nobody likes to be overweight. And so many people come up to us and say, we are so excited that now we can play games and actually be active. We don't have to sit down on our couch, and we can burn some calories while having fun.
Is this only made possible because of the Oculus Rift? Because that is a technology that I think people have surprised people how amazing it is. Mm-hmm. How much of this wouldn't have been possible without Oculus?
Well, I started working on the Omni about 2.5 years ago, way before the Rift came out. And I was using another virtual reality headset. Now, the Rift came out, great device, very immersive. But the Rift is just one of many devices that are coming out in the next 12 months. Eventually, people might even use their mobile phone to create a virtual reality headset. So I think the headset piece will become a commodity. And even an accessory to what we have is actually the transporter that transports you to a different place.
And now, having to wear those sneakers, are those sneakers recording his movement on that pad?
No, there's no tracking in the shoes. All tracking will be done by capacitive sensors underneath the base, much like a touchscreen. At any given time, we know the position of both your feet.
So do you see a time coming where these games will be played and the tournaments will be actually athletic?
Absolutely.
Like in nature, so actually being physically fit will determine the winner of some of these esports games?
Oh, absolutely. We've got emails from esports organizers that are already planning to do Omni tournaments. So 5 against 5 or 10 against 10, people that play Call of Duty or Battlefield or whatever game, all with an Omni. So it becomes very physical. Suddenly the gamer is the fittest guy in the room, as opposed to the
does
biggest.
it come with an ohm signal shirt? So you can
Good. I need to
record
catch
everything.
up,
I mean,
it's possible.
It feels like it should.
Yeah.
So $500, and is it really hard to set up this thing and put it together, or is it going to come shipped like this? I mean,
as easy as possible for the user. You put it together, big knobs. You don't need any tools. It's not like IKEA.
no tools or anything.
No, as simple and as dummy-proof as possible.
What's your background, and how did you come up with, this idea? Because you've been working on it for 2.5 years. You put it on Kickstarter.
That's right.
And you got a tremendous response.
We did.
But tell me about the 2.5 years and what inspired this.
Yeah, so I'm a mechanical engineer by background. I have a master's in mechanical engineering. Came to the States for work, loved it here, decided to stay here. Went to business school, and in business school that taught me if you want to start a business, you need to solve a big problem. And I've always followed virtual reality, and the biggest problem that hadn't been solved yet in virtual reality was how do you physically walk around in that virtual world? You need an omnidirectional treadmill, and nothing existed. And I thought, that's the problem. I'm a mechanical engineer, that's the problem I want to solve. I want to make an omnidirectional treadmill that is affordable, that is compact, and that enables you to walk naturally in the virtual world.
And the secret to this one is it's just sort of a curved surface that gives you a little bit of friction to pull you back.
That's right.
How did you come up with that idea? Did that idea exist already?
No, that took 2 years. I always say it's easy to make a complex device.
Right.
It's much more difficult to make a simple device.
Right.
We took 2 years to really strip off all the unnecessary parts, make it as simple and as affordable as possible, while maintaining the key functionality.
Look out, there's a robot behind you, shoot it. That's the next presentation. Now, would you have been able to do this without the enabling technology of Kickstarter, do you think?
We wouldn't be where we are today. I mean, Kickstarter is changing the way companies are formed. We raised more than $1 million on Kickstarter, and now we use that money to develop our product and bring it to market. That's very different than what you used to do back in the day.
How did you fund this before you launch the Kickstarter campaign? Was it all your money?
My life savings, yeah. I'm all
You put
in.
your life savings to it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Down to zero? How close to zero?
Yeah, pretty close to zero.
Pretty close to zero. So,
Luckily, my wife works.
yeah. So you're slaving away at this for 2.5 years. You get close to zero. You put it on Kickstarter. And what was your honest expectation? What did you set the goal as? And what was your expectation on the number of people who would give you $500 for some insane contraption like this?
Yeah, our goal on Kickstarter was $150,000, which we reached in 3.5 hours, which I still think it's the record.
Yeah.
But I thought it could be big. I knew from the response, this speaks to the imagination of a large audience. This is not a hardcore gaming device. This is a leap in entertainment. Every form of entertainment has the objective to take your mind out of the real world and put you somewhere else. You cannot be more immersed in a different world than putting a headset on and with the Omni physically walking around in that world. It's a mind-blowing experience. It's that holodeck from Star Trek that people have dreamed of for the last 20 years. Well, it's here, it's affordable, it fits in your living room, and people love it.
At $500, it looks like that costs $500 to make. Are you going to make any profit on $500 at this scale, or does it break even at this scale?
Oh, no, we have more than a 60% gross margin.
Oh, wow. So it costs about $250 to make something like that.
No, less.
Less, $200 to make it. It's
Less.
such a huge physical device. It's surprising. So where do you see this, if you're able to succeed with the 3,000 first orders, in 5 or 10 years, what will this look like?
Well, I think virtual reality is going to be the next big thing. You had the internet in the 90s, you had social, mobile, the past decade. I think this coming 10 years will be about virtual reality and all the things and all the applications way beyond gaming, right? You think of exercise applications, tourism, work applications. It's going to impact our daily lives. I can see an Omni in every household because this transports you to a different place. Walking around in that virtual world and you look around and with a high quality headset, your brain thinks you're somewhere else. You're in a different place. That is nothing compared to, okay, a 3D TV, that's cool, or the Wii or the Kinect, that's fun. Well, this is a life-changing experience. Now, beyond gaming.
We were watching, so speaking of beyond gaming, we were watching somebody with a gun running around. It leads the mind to think, well, Google's getting pretty close with robots that walk, and the military is pretty interested in what these things are doing. How soon before you put a Marine in that and a robot's on the battlefield? I mean, that's obviously where this is going, is it not?
It could be. It could be. The military is all over it.
So military has ordered how many?
We sold 7 prototypes for about $10,000 each to corporations that didn't want to wait until when we ship these. And some military contractors put $10,000 on the table just to get early access to the technology.
So the military contractors are on this.
Mm-hmm.
This is the future, you think, of warfare.
Well, if you think about the raid on Osama bin Laden,
right?
They rebuilt that whole compound and then had the SEALs train in the compound. Well, with virtual reality and with the Omni, you can do that for any mission, not just for the SEALs, but for any battalion. And it's a groundbreaking way for ground combat training.
So if a SWAT team wanted to practice, you know, something happens in a mall or something happens on a campus, they could actually do drills on that actual campus ahead of time. So at the Sochi Olympics, they could send the police and the military to train in the Sochi Olympics complexes so they could get familiar with it before they even arrive.
Absolutely, and now you have software that can very easily map out the real environment and create a 3D mock-up of that real environment. So it becomes very easy to create your actual environment, and then with the Omni you can train through that environment. So yeah, absolutely.
What was your background before you spent the last couple of years of your life trying to make this insanity reality?
Well, I came to the US, wanted to stay here, quit my job, I went to business school, and I always wanted to start my own business, but I'm an immigrant, so I needed a work visa. And so I started working for JP Morgan in investment banking for a few years. So I was able to save as much money as I could to then deploy that for my own business.
All right, well, listen, we all wish you the best of luck with it. It's absolutely fascinating, and we'll look forward to seeing it in people's home and or the battlefield in the near future.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right.
And I want to say
yes.
We're demonstrating it in the demo pit, so come see us.
Can people go in it and try it?
Yeah.
They sign a waiver or something?
Yeah.
No. It's not dangerous, right?
It's not. You cannot. It's safer than a regular treadmill. You cannot hurt yourself.
Why didn't you take this to like amusement parks first and say, hey, want to put in Disney, 50 versus 50 people, or pods of 10? It would seem like Disney would love to have this at their amusement parks.
Dave & Buster's, you name it, very interested. It's because of Kickstarter, because we went the Kickstarter route, which implies that you're going a consumer route.
So you don't even need permission from Disney or something. You just go do it on Kickstarter now.
That's right. That's right. We're also fundraising, so if anyone wants to invest, come see us.
All right, very good. Well, Jan, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Good luck with it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.